This video is sponsored by Incogni.
I can't think now. I'm so mad about the wind generator. Oh, I'm so disappointed. And now people are going to say, that's why you don't buy cheap stuff. People paint pictures of lighthouses to relax. We paint lighthouses to relax.
Our mission is to save these incredible abandoned lighthouses using new technology while preserving the history and helping the environment of the Chesapeake Bay. This is Project Lighthouse. So how do we end up on a lighthouse laser blasting rust and paint? Well, I spent the last couple months of my life developing, designing, building, testing, and sometimes failing. Sometimes at creating a fully automatic laser cleaner on our lighthouse. Meet Falcon, the L silent. So for those of you that don't know, me and my dad and I, we started an organization that restores lighthouses in the Chesapeake Bay and repurposes them into environmental education, historical, and technology development centers that eventually everyone will be able to come out and visit and experience being out in the middle of the bay. But before we're actually able to have visitors out at the lighthouse, we actually have to restore it. So you might have seen one of our previous videos when we compared multiple types of rust removal.
I would say not an ideal candidate so far. I mean, as a sandblaster, I have no patience for this tool. This is a 2000 watt fiber laser, an industrial laser for cleaning. All right, so let's talk about the laser. Very low operator fatigue. It's actually kind of fun. The equipment is very expensive and it's kind of sensitive. We have to worry about it breaking, but it leaves a very nice finish. That was a thing of beauty. Look at that. Clean white metal.
So in that video, we determined that using an industrial laser with an air collection system would be the best option for rust removal out at the lighthouse. But in testing, it was just a little too slow, and you would have to stand there holding the laser head for hours to get any decent area of the lighthouse done. So that's when my dad and I came up with the idea of automating the entire process so we wouldn't have to hold it. So the first step was ordering a CNC machine from Amazon. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's a computer-controlled system that moves a tool like a cutter in a very precise pre-programmed path. So I put it together and ripped the cutting wheel off and then started messing with the programming. Growing up, I was actually on a robotics team and my dad was the coach. But I haven't done anything like this in a really long time. So at this point I realized I couldn't use the brain from the CNC machine because it really had no way of communicating with the laser. So I got this little thing that's basically a mini computer. It's called an Arduino. This will basically tie together everything, the motors and the laser, and I'll be able to control it all with one program. So then it was time to integrate the Arduino into the CNC controller. So this involved ripping out the previous brain that could only run on G-code and replacing it with an Arduino that I could program to basically do anything. I then mocked up the physical layout of all the buttons, sensors, motors, and power supply, and then got to soldering. I then wrote a couple hundred lines of code with my friend Brad before we realized that we really didn't know what we were doing, and then called in my friend Minta to fix it. So at this point, it was time to get the laser generator to communicate with the CNC controller, and no matter what I did, I could not get it. I learned everything there was to know about USB protocol, but no matter what I did, it just didn't work. So I did what any sane person would do in this circumstance, and I ripped apart the laser generator's head and shorted it with a relay. Now that that problem was solved, I got a used 3D printer and started doing some prints. Why? And after the learning curve, so then I modeled and printed all the parts to have the laser head connect to the CNC machine to hold it in place, and then we were good to test. And while we're 3D printing these parts, I want to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, Incogni. So with the growing use of AI, it's becoming easier and easier to scam people. I think everyone gets spam calls and spam emails, and sometimes it's hard to know if this is a real email from Facebook or this is a scam. This happens because companies sell your information to data brokers, and sometimes they sell it to some pretty shady people. The thing is that upon request, these data brokers have to delete this information, so that's where Incogni comes in. They automate the entire process for you. All you have to do is sign up and provide what information you want to be deleted, and then they'll send you a list of how many brokers were contacted and how many that confirm they are not holding your data anymore. And as you can see, I personally had 367 requests. They also have a brand new feature where if you find your data on a specific website, you can submit a link and have a dedicated privacy expert take care of it for you. So if you want to take your personal data back with Incogni, use code Lighthouse at the link below and get 60% off an annual plan. That's incogni.com/lighthouse. Thank you, Incogni, and now back to Falcon.
We're gonna let you go, all right?
Don't you want to fly?
No, not the Falcon we saved the first time we were out at the lighthouse. This one, and we just had to assemble the 3D printed parts. Sick. Then we just had to assemble the legs. And then several more brutal weeks of R&D later.
Tell it's making a lot more dust, Dominic. You might know. You might know.
By the way, if you're interested in trying an SFX laser like the one in this video, you can use our affiliate link in the description down below, or go to printinlaser.com/lighthouse. So then we loaded it up on the boat and brought it out to the lighthouse. And no, this ship did not hit the lighthouse.
On our last episode, our heroes were making concrete. Last time we were out, I got the front step area fixed up with the concrete, patched up.
Look at that. Whoa.
Yay. Next to that, this is looking pretty crappy.
Yeah, he looks pretty crappy.
Right, Thomas?
This piece of metal?
Yeah, this piece of metal here. I think we should take the laser out and laser it.
Sure.
I think it'd be a good thing to do just to feel that satisfaction. I can't think now. I'm so mad about the wind generator. It's generating depression. All that work, and now we have to take it down and put a new one up. Even the cormorants are leaving now. Or are they pelicans?
This is the worst Pride Month ever. Just got out here and we went to check on it. It's been running for, when did we originally install it? Almost a month? It's been up there probably about a month.
Well, it was down for a couple weeks.
A couple. It was 2
Yeah.
weeks at most.
It only was...
Okay, so probably like 3 weeks continuous use, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I can't imagine there's anything wrong with any of the wires. So wind generator's turning and producing 0 watts. And I shunted 2 of the wires to get it to break, and it doesn't break. So that means it's not operating. And these wires are super heavy duty.
Means the generator itself's not generating anything.
It's not generating, it's not connecting, it won't stop. The wiring connections we made were great. The wire's super heavy.
It's spinning.
Yeah. Well, the plan was to try out this cheap wind generator and then buy an expensive one and compare the two. So we didn't even get that far. This was running for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
And now it's not working. So we're gonna have to buy the expensive one.
Be funny if that one
works.
didn't last either.
Yeah, real funny. Well, at least we got this real nice, you know.
Yeah, we can use that base
pole
for the other
installed. Yeah, and the wiring and everything. Oh, I'm so disappointed. And now people are gonna say, that's why you don't buy cheap stuff
on Amazon.
And to that, I would say we were gonna do a comparison. I wanted to see if it would work, and it really didn't. Oh, there it goes. It's a fin. The fish goo part.
Again.
A fin. Oh. A fish fin. So I chipped away the heavy rust with a hammer, and now can laser it.
And somehow I lost the footage of us setting up the lasers, so...
Right, Thomas, what do you think?
Good. It's dripping.
Hey, I hit some buttons on that camera. You know, it was overexposed in some of the videos that you saw. So you might be better just using Insta.
What's happening?
What's happening with you? So we're laser blasting this diamond plate cover, and I've noticed that over the years it's lost a lot of the definition of the diamond plate. So what I'm doing is I grabbed a grinder with a cutting wheel, and I'm just cutting the lines back in and giving it the definition of the original diamond plate look, and then we'll laser it and paint it.
Looks like the steak marks.
Well, we gotta have it looking nice in case we have any visitors.
I'm assuming that's a joke.
Yeah.
You get all like sad and depressed when you paint.
It's very calming. You know how people say that they paint like pictures to relax? They should paint like
Lighthouses.
Well, like their house. People paint pictures of lighthouses to relax. We paint lighthouses to relax. I gotta pull up my pants, but I don't want to get paint on my nice Craig Hill Channel lower range front light shirt.
What'd you say?
I said, I don't want to get paint on my nice swag, my Craig Hill Channel lower range front light shirt.
Where could you get something like that?
The Project Lighthouse, Lighthouse Center's merch store. Soon to be open.
Or maybe open now by the time you're seeing this.
Hopefully. It's been long enough.
I would have just gave the merch drop, and then if it's out, it's out.
Oops, I almost got some paint on my Craig Hill Channel lower range front light shirt. And you may be asking yourself, where is that? How do I find that? And that would be at thelighthousecenters.org, and there you can find a selection of lighthouse-related
Paraphernalia.
shirts. Paraphernalia, yeah. It makes it sound like illegal.
Is that the correct? There's another word, not attire, but
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost thought of it.
kind of a crazy sunset over there, by the way.
Awesome. See, this is going fast.
All right, another successful
I still have to go around cutting.
lasering, cleaning, painting
Yeah.
day at the lighthouse.
Yep. Concreting, plumbing.
Plumbing.
Thus ends another successful trip. Did some concrete work, did some plumbing, some other things inside the lighthouse. And yeah, we cleaned and painted this area in front of the door. And did some work with the laser. So have that like tired feeling you have at the end of a trip, but you still have to travel home. So we're about to disembark. We're in the boat with our stuff. Okay, Thomas, bring us down.